Good morning, San Pedro. I'm a native San Pedran. How many native San Pedrans do we have here today? Because I know Dave was all about Pedro. From Point Furman to Port Sakal to San Pedro High, where he loved his football games. Dave was about labor and community. He loved the ILWU, but he loved this community. I want to thank Dave many years ago for opening up his door, inviting me into his family, and also encouraging me in my career. You know, Dave was about getting things done. He didn't sit around for the last 30, 35 years. Dave would call me very early in the morning and tell me what I needed to do, because that was Dave. He was an out-of-the-box thinker. It was, Dave was quite like the basketball coach. It was about the inside game and the outside game. You know, here in the Port of Los Angeles, Dave did some of his best work. Our ILWU members from Local 13 know what Dave meant to Local 13 and the ILWU as a whole up and down the West Coast. And we're so proud. All the Local 13 members, we announced it at the Stop Work meeting that Dave was going to have a street named after him. You know, we've got Harry Bridges Boulevard on the other side, but we've got Dave Arian Way down here on 22nd Street, not far from where Dave lived. You know, as Dave progressed through his career and he moved into the Harbor Commission seat, that's where I think Dave really came into his own. We watched him really push our executive director, Gene Soroka, and I think he enlightened him with the Dave Arian, labor activist community model. You know, Dave was about investing in human capital, and we're challenged right now with new technologies. And as we expand this port, we hope that human capital will continue to be invested in like Dave fought for. He pushed all of us to be better. You know, as a native San Pedran, my family's been here for 108 years, and I know Dave loved this community. And he's not here, but his vision, as we talked about down at the bench ceremony today, Dave's vision lives in many of us. Dave reached out to all of us. He helped everyone, gave people a lift up, not only my family, but all of yours. And we want to remember his legacy with Dave Arian Way. Every time we drive down this street, we hope that we can remind younger people to be part of the solution and not part of the problem. Quit complaining on social media and get out and do something with your life and do like Dave Arian did. Thank you.